All right, so in this video, I'm going to do a little bit more practice with adding mixed numbers. So here we have 7 3/5 plus 2 4/6. So the first thing I always like to do is set up my fractions vertically. So I have 7 3/5 plus 2 4/6. That is setting them up vertically, okay? So I'm going to separate this original problem. Now here's our work. All right. So I like to separate my fractions and my whole numbers. So over here is my whole numbers, and these are my fractions. Okay. So we are going to work with just that fraction side. We don't need to worry about the whole numbers yet. Let's just work with the fraction side. So we have 5 and 6 as our two denominators. So we have to think of a number that both 5 and 6 can go into evenly. And I know that 30 will work. So I'm going to use 30. Okay. So what is the connection between 6 and 30? If we multiply by 5, we get 30. So we'll do the same thing on the top. 4 times 5 is 20. So now we have 20 30ths. And then up at the top, 5 times 6 is 30, and 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, so now we have 18 30ths and 20 30ths. And that gives us the fraction 38 30ths. That is an improper fraction, so we need to figure out what it would be as a mixed number. So we draw our division bar and bring that 38 inside, and now we're going to do a little division. 30 can go into 38 one time, and 30 times 1 is 30. So we'll bring down that 30, and I subtract, and I get 8. So now we have 1, 8, and 30. And when we turn it into a mixed number, it looks like this: 1 and 8 30ths. All right, so now what we need to do is break this apart again. We have a whole number here, we have a fraction here. So we have to pull this whole number and put it on the whole number side, almost like you're carrying the 1, right? And this 8 30ths is now going to go to our fraction side as part of our answer. Okay, so one more time, just want to show you, I'm going to draw with arrows. This whole number 1 went over here to the whole number side. It almost got carried. It's like carrying the 1. That 1 goes up there, and this fractional part of our mixed number goes here to the answer section, okay? So now we have our fraction part done. Now all we have to do is figure out the whole number side. So we're just adding up. 7 plus 1 is 8, and 8 plus 2 is 10. So our final answer is 10 and 8 30ths. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Just going to flip it over. So here we have, that's a little hard to see, 5 and 4/5 plus 3 and 1/2. So again, I'm going to set up my fractions vertically. 5 and 4/5 plus 3 and 1/2. Gonna draw a line right down the middle. I like to do a dotted line, but you don't have to do that. You can just do a regular straight line. All right, so let's work with the fractions first. All right, so we have 5 and 2 are our two denominators, so we have to think of a number that both of those can go into, and 5 and 2 can both go into 10. So let's make 10 our common denominator. Okay, so 2 times 5 equals 10, and 1 times 5 equals 5. And then 5 times 2 equals 10, and 4 times 2 equals 8, okay? So now we have 8/10 and 5/10. And 8/10 plus 5/10 is 13/10. Again, an improper fraction, so we have to go ahead and turn that into a mixed number. Pull that 13 inside the division bar. 10 goes into 13 one time. 10 times 1 is 10. Subtract, and we get 3. So now we have 1, 3, and 10. 1's our king. So our mixed number will look like this, 1 and 3/10. Okay. So now we need to pull that 1, that whole number 1, over to the whole number side, like we're carrying the 1. And the fraction part of our mixed number is now going to be our part of our answer. Okay. And now all we have left to do is add up the whole numbers. 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So our final answer is 9 3/10. Okay, so you should have this in your notes by now. You can always go back, rewind this video, watch it again. You can watch the first video again. Hopefully these are helpful to you. Good luck.